As the shorts burn and scream in agony, it sounds like Beethoven's symphony to my ear. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, The Wealthy Mindset. It's yours truly, Money Making Mitch. And as usual guys, this is not financial advice. Please do your own due diligence and research. I did not go to school for finance. I did not go to school to be an analyst. My son is in school for business, not I. So what do I have for you guys? Well, as Trump announces a 30% tariff on the EU and Mexico and push them further into the European Union arms, the Australian Prime Minister and his energy minister is in China as we speak. They arrived there yesterday. Very interesting timing. So why did Mirarity and CATL and NEO double down? Why did CATL double down on battery swapping with NEO? Let's investigate. You see, last night or 2 nights ago, Wuhan Energy official WeChat account published a headline article announcing that Mirarity has entered into a strategic partnership with CATL. Yes, the same Mirarity that manages NEO battery swap stations and batteries. The announcement quickly drew widespread attention. How could CATL be doubling down when the shorts are telling you it's a waste and battery swapping has nowhere to go? It says with one key question standing out, why is it Wuhan rather than NEO Energy directly signed this new strategic cooperation agreement with CATL? According to official information disclosed by Mirarity, the two sides signed the agreement on July the 11th in Hefei. The signatories were Lai Xiaoming, CEO of Mirarity, and Yang Jun, General Manager of CATL, battery swapping business. From what China EV Home has learned, the signing took place in the morning right after the Envo L90 launch event and media roundtable. Senior executives from both NEO and CATL met at NEO's advanced manufacturing plant in Hefei. But why did CATL double down? And why sign a new agreement and a different agreement? Well, it covers a different landscape. Stay tuned, my dear lads. What's noteworthy is the scope of cooperation revealed in the opening paragraph of the announcement. Allow me to say that again. What's noteworthy is the scope of cooperation revealed in the opening paragraph of the announcement, which focuses mainly on battery asset management. Because remember, the first agreement was to help NEO build battery swap stations globally. This agreement is to help with battery asset management, battery technology. Yes, and we know CATL is the leader in that. Innovation and other areas. And we know NEO is getting ready to make their own batteries. Collaboration is going to turn into mergers. Capital technology and business models. Interestingly, it did not mention NEO's existing battery swapping network. The topic may have been closely watching. The reason that this point was left out this time is that back on March 17, NEO and CATL had already announced in separate statements that they had signed a strategic cooperation agreement in Ningdi, Fujian, that deal aims to build a battery swapping network globally covering passenger vehicles, unify industry technical standards, and strengthen capital and business collaboration. Something that the Chinese government is calling for, collaborations. NEO's official channel also disclosed at the time that CATL would make a strategic investment of the 2.5 billion RMB in NEO's energy. It is important to note here that the investment target in that case was NEO's energy, not Mirarity, that manages our assets. Then on April 7th, Reuters published a major report claiming that CATL was in talks to acquire a controlling stake in NEO's power business unit, which is the operating arm behind NEO's charging and battery swapping infrastructure. At this point, it's worth clarifying the relationship between Wuhan Neo Energy and Wuhan Weaning, Merarity that is. Wuhan Neo Energy essentially serves as the operator of Neo's battery swapping network, handling the construction, operation, and maintenance of its charging and swapping infrastructure. From station deployment and power coordination to user swapping services, it is a wholly owned Neo subsidiary and consolidated into Neo's financial statements. In contrast, Merarity is a battery asset management company. It is the core platform of Neo's battery as a service model, managing the full life cycle of battery assets from procurement and leasing to recycling and repurposing, where they take it out when it's no longer, the usage is no longer to the standard for our swapping. They refurbish them and put them into battery charging in homes. Its key assets are the battery leased by end users. Neo is a major shareholder in Merarity, while CATL has also been an investor in the company since its inception. On July 11, 2025, Lau Xiaoming expressed his gratitude in a WeChat Moments post. This also explains why Lai Xiaoming posted on his WeChat Moments 2 nights ago, expressing his gratitude to CATL for its unwavering, keyword here guys, unwavering support for Merarity since its angle round investment bank in 2020. From March to July, this round of deeper engagement between Neo and CATL, at least for now, does not appear to directly involve Neo's existing battery swapping network, but it does. The reason may simply come down to timing. At a time when a lot of the partnerships will be making battery swap enabled models in the third quarter, at a time when we're going globally. Back in March, Neo was under intense public scrutiny and facing significant pressure, but following the successful debut of the Onvo L90 de la Dow on July 10th and a clear rebound in Neo's overall deliveries over the past quarter, timing. Market sentiment about the company's growth prospects has turned into optimism, and we see the L90 stores packed. Although Merarity article last night did not mention, the new strategic partnership covers equity investment, battery leasing service, operations and user services, co-building and sharing of the battery swapping network closed loop battery recycling. So if they're going to be sharing battery swapping network, mergers are coming, my dear lads. It's just basic common sense and critical thinking skills. It says, and the exploration of other innovative technologies and business models. It's important to note that co-building the swapping network is not the same as an equity investment directly in Neo Energy. At this stage, it remains unclear whether the two sides have finalized the previously discussed $2.5 billion investment in Neo Energy, but we know they did. Ultimately, this will depend on how both parties view future industry trends, but we know the trend is here. Over 80% of Neo users choose battery swapping and they're not going back. They love it. This is why most of our charging stations are used by other EV companies, or simply put, how they value the business going forward. It's getting very yummy for the tummy. I hope you guys found this video yet again on a Sunday to be informational, inspirational, and motivational. If so, guys, don't forget to hit that thumbs up. It takes a lot of time to do these videos and the editing. And if you haven't yet subscribed, you might want to think about doing so, because in this channel, we're waking up the middle class for the first time to get a major piece of the pie from the ground level up as to how the games are played on Wall Street. And like 50 said, we get rich or we die trying, guys.